back to my channel. It's Christina at Homeschool and Grace, and today is another weekly update. Yay! This is for week 7, and guess what? I am starting to teach another, nope, wrong one, another grade. So we'll see how this goes. So here is, can't even hold a ball. Here we go. 4 teacher's manuals. Can she do it? Yes, we can. Okay, so yes, I have 4 teacher's manuals here that I am working through. This is week 7, and this is your update. Okay, so I'm going to start out with my oldest, who's doing creation to Greeks. And this, I'm going to start out actually by saying this was a hard week. 4 of my kids out of the 5 came down with croup. And so my youngest, the baby, she had to go, I had to take her to the doctor to get steroids because she, being the youngest, got hit the worst. So, but now we're all on the mends. It's Sunday today, and we're resting, and next week, hopefully, we'll be back at church. All right, back to week 7 for my 4th grader. I'm gonna start out with what we're reading. So she finished up this book. This is the wrong one. Okay, so she finished this book up, The Pyramid Adventure. It was a pretty quick read. This week, she is starting Mummies in the Morning. So let me know if you have any like kind of easy readers that are Egyptian based, ancient Egypt, I guess, because these are the only 2 I have in our library. I guess I have some like Step into Reading, I think is what they're called, books that are on mummies, but after that I don't have much. For our read alouds, we're still reading The Golden Goblet, and we're not very far in. We're about, I don't know, not very far in, but I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's totally keeping my kids' interest, but I'm hoping it's gonna get more exciting. So after that, she's still, this is, I have a timeline video up. If you're interested, I made this just little timeline book, but so she is still adding to this. Woo! So we added on Abraham and Sarah. I am noticing, I was looking and I think I made our 1000 BC too small because I just made it all one sheet. So I'll probably have to move these around and it might leave a little mark, but I really don't care. So I just wanted to share that with you. But mine's not even perfect. It's okay, just fix it. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, also in history, so she is loving learning about Egypt. So I had gotten, this is what she made, but I got these like sticker things to make your own cartouche with the hieroglyphs. So it said she was supposed to make her own hieroglyphs, and I had gotten these from Rainbow Resource, and I can link the video up here. It was my first Rainbow Resource video. And so anyways, it made it so much easier because she could just do it on her own. It gave her the alphabet, so she's had a lot of fun with that. She's still just loving learning ancient Egypt. So she's loving this book. She's just looking at it on her own. And then we look some on the hieroglyphs in here. And then we found this one. My baby ripped the cover off. Ancient Egypt, Discovering Its Splendors. And so this was exciting because we read about the guy who decoded, Champollion, who decoded the hieroglyphs. And so we found this, and it talks all about the Rosetta Stone and him. And then it goes into some hieroglyphs. And then this talks about the papyrus that was used. And it even has, this is so heavy. Here we go. Okay, this has some papyrus reed that's actually from Egypt, so that was fun. I have a visitor. Hi. Did you start school this week? Yes, she did. Was it fun? Yeah. So I will try and link this book below on Amazon. They are affiliate links, but I will try and find it. I'm not sure. This is pretty old National Geographic, so it may not even still be around. I'm not sure. She's liking Streams of Civilization. I know for some this can be boring. I guess I just have a kid who really likes history right now, so she has enjoyed this one, as I have as well, so it hasn't been bad for us to read through it. I think if I had my youngers joining right now, it would be too much. So that was for all of history. For science, let me grab that. Ooh. Okay, so for science, she's still using Science in the Beginning. And we're back to this from the Pyramids book, and I really like it because we have the Science in the Beginning lab kit, and again, that's from that first Rainbow Resource video. So she was able to help me this time get the stuff we needed for the experiment. We were able to do it. It called to do 2 experiments this week, and we only got 1 done because of sickness, but that's okay. We may pick it up next week, or we may just drop it. It's not a big deal. And lastly, for language arts, she's still working through these writing skills, and I'm still really liking it. And I did get a poster with the parts of speech, so that helped, and she was learning about adjectives. So then I got to show her Schoolhouse Rock, Unpack Your Adjectives. You remember that song? So we're really liking this still. She had fun picking out her adjectives for stuff and making her sentences longer, so that was really good. So that was everything for my 4th grader. So now we will move on to my 1st grader. So my 1st grader is still working through learning God's story. And she also is on week 7. For Bible, she's still working through this right now, my big book of 5-minute devotionals. And one of the stories was about geese, so we found this in our collection of magazines. Ducks, Geese, and Swans, a zoo book. So that was fun to look at the V formation and just look at different ducks and geese. And this actually showed kind of the seasons of what birds do, because for science she's also learning about the seasons, so that was kind of a nice kind of brought it together for Bible and science, I felt like. For language arts, she's still working through her workbook, and so she's learning still how to make the long sounds, and so we use this game this week, which I had to kind of modify it. The way that you do this is with the All About Reading, and so you use the blue and red tiles for the blue for consonants, reds for the vowels. And so what we did is I have this pop for sight words, and it's got a lot of the words in it that she's learning. We would draw a word from here, and then she would still use the little blue and red, and if it made what would be a word, then she could unlock a treasure box, and we just used M&Ms as the treasure, so that was fun. For math, she's learning how to build number families, I guess, with +3, +4, that sort of thing. So we're using the Unifix cubes, and I just had these boxes. I got these from Target. They're just their shoe boxes. I have a ton of these because they fit so many educational toys like perfectly. So we just use the Unifix cubes for that. And then she does a number of the day. So we were given this. My sister was cleaning out her school supplies, so I have this base 10 place value frame. And it didn't come with the base 10s, but it came with this board. I hope you can see that. Whichever number we're on, then she can stick it in here and build it. So then she can actually see the place value of it. And then instead of the base 10s, we're building bean sticks. So I have her lay her bean sticks here, and then she can shove the individual beans here. And it makes it a good visual of building that number instead of it. I feel like sometimes it was kind of getting abstract for her, but this made it more visually easier to see, I guess. And I will try and link below as much of the stuff as I can find on Amazon if you're interested in any of these, like the games, or this kind of thing. So that is it for my first grader. I hope that was helpful. So now I'm going to move on to my pre-K-er. On my last video, I had talked about how she wasn't loving, my Bible's falling apart, the Bible, but all of a sudden I remembered I had this nursery rhyme book, Bible nursery rhymes, and this was mine as a kid's, but it has the stories, but in nursery, or in like a rhyme, and so she was learning about Joseph, and so we were able to read the story from in here. And then it goes pretty much right with the Bible. So she'll learn about making bricks and the good sister and stuff like that. So that was fun. That she was able to, I was able to add this to it. And I'm slowly trying to build up my Arch books collection, because I think that they're kind of sing-songy, and so they'll help with the stories as well. And we'll probably read those at lunchtime. So she's learning the letter E, so we read The Enormous Elephant Show. And as you can see up here, she made an envelope. E is for envelope, and there's her E poster, but there is that stuff. She did not get to go to speech therapy this week because she had croup. So we kept her home for that. So for learning her numbers, I've added in my own educational toy for that. So these my 3-year-old got for her birthday actually, but they're these little boxes, gift boxes. They're from Learning Resources, and I'll link them below. But each one has a little present, so then she can, when she learns her next new number, she can open the little present, and it kind of makes it fun. So for my kids' birthdays or Christmas, I like to try and get them an educational toy, because it just makes it more fun in school to have something new. And so these were fun, and my preschooler will use these as well. It comes with a set of 10. Okay, so that was it for my pre-K-er. There wasn't a lot of new stuff that she worked on this week, but it was still a lot of fun. Oh, I have one more thing. This CD comes with it, the Steve Green's Hide 'Em in Your Heart. I love this. It is getting like memory verses in my head, and we'll all sing along to them, or like, since my baby was sick, I was singing the songs to her because they're stuck in my head now. And I was like, well, awesome, I'm singing her scripture. So I highly recommend this. It might seem like a pain because they recommend you have them listen to it every day, but it really gets the verses in their heads, which is awesome. Okay, so that was all for my pre-K-er, Voyage of Discovery. Okay, here's on to my preschooler. I had not planned on starting preschool today, or preschool with her this week, but I had finished up with Hannah, my 4-year-old, and Abby came up and said, my turn, my turn. I was like, oh, okay, it can be your turn too. So we started all aboard the animal train. I felt a little like out of sorts trying to make sure I had pretty much everything prepared, but there was just some things like I hadn't cut out stuff ahead of time or double checked the manual, like what we needed. So it worked out. She didn't seem to mind. She was just having fun that she got to do school. So I only did 2 days of week 1. I'll probably spread this out over, we'll finish up this year and then she'll do the rest next year. I'm not gonna try and rush through this to get to the Voyage of Discovery. She'll just work on this for like 1.5 years, which is what I did with my other children that have done this program. I've stretched it out because I do it more based on if they want to do it than necessarily needing to get it done. So she's learning the song Eensy Weensy Spider, and we got a little spider. which always makes it more fun. So she's learning that. So it's a lot of just play-based. There's not much book work. So for learning the color red, I have the Learning Resources Sorting Pie. So this helped with more than just the color red. I had them all just mixed together in a box, and she just then sorted them. So as you can see underneath, can you see that? It's got the color that they sort into. So that helped her with learning the color red. Okay, so here's her little poster she made. And we added in one of these. And I have, I can link it up here, a All Aboard the Animal Train video I made. It's a little long, but I show that like I've added these in and other stuff and how we did all this. I also add this in with the song bank. Okay, so since she's learning the Itsy Bitsy Spider, I keep this on her desk. And then it's got this song on the back, which isn't a big deal to her, but it kind of is a visual cue, like, okay, we're gonna sing this song again, and then we can point to like climbed up the water spout, and she's got the sun and stuff. So it doesn't have all the songs that she'll learn this year in the box, but it's got quite a few of them, at least the nursery rhyme ones, so it's fun to have these as a visual cue. And also, she is learning Bible with this. Her and my pre-care will be sharing the same Bible. But again, I may use that nursery rhyme Bible to go along with the story to kind of help make it a little more sing-songy, which I think will help with the memory of it. And she's got her verse that we're working on too, and we added motions, you know, love God. Let me do that again. Love God and love each other. So that helps get that verse hopefully in her heart. She was also learning about terrific trains because it's all aboard the animal train. So thankfully this is the educational toy that comes with it. So if you get the deluxe, I should say. So we were able to find the red, and then she was able to put the train together, and so that was a lot of fun for her. And tied it into the train idea. So that was it for my preschooler, all aboard the animal train. So, you know, we may get it done each week, we might not. It's just, you know, here or there when she seems interested or I have the time to do it. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you would like me to do more of a walkthrough again of all aboard the animal train as our curriculum choice for this year for preschool, and how I plan to use it this year. Alrighty, so that was for week 7 of all these manuals. So we did not get every box checked this week, but that's okay. Next week is a new week, and we'll just either pick up where we left off, or we'll just move on. It depends on the importance of what we missed. I know there was a little bit of math. I think my daughter needs to do a test on Monday. My oldest has to do a test on Monday now because we didn't get it done Friday because I ended up having to take my youngest to the doctor. So those things happen, and it's not a big deal. So we will get it done. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this was helpful for you to see what we're doing at school this week, and let me know what you're doing at in your school this week and how it's going. How did your week go? Which week are you on? So thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you at the next video. All right, bye-bye.